Welcome to Psychology Pub. In today's video, we're going to talk about 10 common misconceptions about introverts that non-introverts don't understand. Introverts make up between 1/3 and 1/2 of the population. Who knew there were so many introverts in the world? It's not easy being an introvert, as it feels like non-introverts don't understand them too well. You may see an introvert eating alone and reading a book. They may also love to take long walks on their own, and more. Non-introverts may believe introverts' silence is due to not caring or being interested. But what's the truth about introverts? What really makes them tick? We've put together the most common misconceptions about introverts that non-introverts don't understand. Let's get started. What is an introvert? Before we get started with the misconceptions, it's crucial to understand what an introvert is. So here, we'll share a short explanation of what makes a person an introvert. An introvert is a person who is more comfortable focusing on their inner thoughts and ideas rather than being involved in what's going on externally. They enjoy spending time alone, though they also like to spend time with one or two people. Introverts tend not to feel comfortable in large crowds or groups. An introvert may show the following qualities. They require quiet time to concentrate or focus. They're reflective and self-aware. They take time to make decisions. They feel comfortable and happy being alone. They don't like to work in a group. They prefer to write rather than talking. They feel tired or exhausted after being in a crowd. They have a few close friends. They use their imaginations to solve problems and be creative. They retreat into their own mind to rest. These are some of the traits you may see in an introvert. Now, let's move on to some of the misconceptions extroverts have about introverts. 10 misconceptions extroverts have about introverts. 1. Introverts are snobs. Many people believe introverts are snobs. This is one of the most common misconceptions about introverts. The reason behind this misconception is that introverts usually like to keep to themselves rather than being with others and talking all day. The truth is that introverts prefer to be alone because being with others is draining for them. Introverts come away exhausted after being in a crowd or large group. When they choose to be with others, introverts most often want to be with a small group that doesn't tax their energy as much. However, even after spending time with a small group, introverts need to rest and recharge. On the other hand, snobs are people who believe they're better than others. They choose not to talk with anyone who is below them in any way. While it's true that anyone can be a snob, introversion is not the same as being a snob. 2. Introverts are traumatized. Everyone experiences trauma. Yet many people believe that introverts like to be away from others because they've been traumatized in the past. The truth is that trauma can make some people into extroverts. Being an extrovert allows a traumatized person to hide their pain and wounds. With the misconception that introverts are traumatized, there's the idea that these individuals must be cured by putting them into therapy. The fact is that introverts are not any more or less traumatized than other people. They only prefer to be alone and socialize in different ways. 3. Introverts can't be good leaders. Another common misconception about introverts is that they can't be good leaders. Most people believe leaders should be outspoken, bold, decisive, and charming. They see introverts as being too slow, quiet, and awkward. The truth is that many leaders in history and in the world today are introverts. Consider that Bill Gates and Barack Obama are introverts, and in his day, Abraham Lincoln was also an introvert. While introverts do talk and socialize much less than an extrovert, they can still be excellent leaders. They make amazing guides, take plenty of time to observe, and develop creative solutions before taking a course of action. Introverts are highly capable of being great leaders. They just lead in a different way than extroverts. 4. Introverts lack social skills. The next misconception about introverts is that they lack social skills. The truth of the matter is that introverts are easily exhausted by socializing, especially in large groups or crowds. Instead, introverts want to keep their interactions to a minimum. It's not because they lack social skills or because they're rude. These individuals are quite aware of their limitations and try to ration their social interactions to keep from becoming too exhausted. In addition, introverts don't enjoy chatting or gossiping. The problem is that these interactions don't result in anything that's useful or meaningful, so they opt to stay on the side and observe. They will add to the conversation if they have something worthwhile to share. 5. Introverts are geniuses. Most of us tend to view geniuses as people who are hermits and quiet. These are the very descriptions of an introvert. However, not all introverts are geniuses. While being an introvert does give the person more time to think and reflect, there's no direct connection between high intelligence and introversion. 6. Introverts are shy. The next misconception that many people have about introverts is that they're shy. However, there's a big difference between being shy and being an introvert. When a person is shy, they feel anxious about interacting with others or having anyone pay attention to them. On the other hand, being an introvert means you'd rather avoid attention because it's not necessary and exhausting. However, it is possible to be a shy introvert or a shy extrovert. 7. Introverts don't know how to have fun. Extroverts believe that introverts don't like or know how to have fun, but introverts do like to have fun. They just have a different idea of what's fun. Extroverts enjoy getting involved with other people at parties and other functions. However, introverts enjoy being alone, reading books, playing games, and more. And introverts do love to have adventures. They are great at rock climbing, hiking, and other individual sports. They just don't like being in crowds. 8. Introverts don't need others. Introverts tend to want alone time quite a bit, but this doesn't mean they want to be alone all the time. They need human interactions like other people. They're only more reserved than extroverts. 9. Introverts have poor self-esteem. Another misconception is that introverts usually have low self-esteem, but that's not the case. Introverts don't find it necessary to conform to society, and they usually tend to have more self-esteem than others who do conform. That's because introverts are content with themselves and don't worry about what others think of them. 10. Introverts can be fixed. Finally, our last misconception about introverts is that they can be fixed or cured. Many see introverts as damaged. However, they're just fine the way they are. There's no need to fix an introvert. Nothing will make an introvert into a social butterfly. Introverts are whom they are meant to be. Summing it up. So there you have it. These are some of the most common misconceptions extroverts have about introverts. Introverts are normal, functioning human beings. They only function in a different way than others. Thanks for joining us today on Psychology Pub. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more great videos.